I am Neil Larthos. I am the next Abdullah. You are the next Neville Goddard. Your SP gets wet every single time they think of you. And your bank account makes Jeff Bezos look homeless. How to get pussy. All right? Now, this is not how to get pussy the way that these red pill dating coaches tell you how to do it. This is not any sort of Andrew Tate. Well, he's not even, I mean, after that, this past Saturday, I don't even think we should even be discussing him, but this is nothing that you have ever heard before, guys. I'm going to tell you a little secret. When God wants to throw thunder strikes when you're having a quinceañera, okay? Even if it's outdoors, he doesn't give a fuck. If he wants to throw thunder strikes and make you guys have to cancel the fucking shit, he will throw those thunder strikes, okay? If he wants to have a hellstorm and you just bought your brand new fucking Range Rover, soccer moms, okay? Guess what? He doesn't give a fuck. It's too late. Now you have to pay $5,000 worth of hell damage, okay? Because he's God. He doesn't give a shit about the circumstances. He is above all. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret, guys, if no one has already told you yet. You are God, okay? So, well, first of all, what do I mean by that? No, that doesn't mean you fucking created Adam and Eve. No, that's not what it means. But what it does mean is that you are an eternal being living in a human experience, okay? So the fact that you are not getting pussy is something that you are seeing right now with your little eyes here, okay? But you are not the eyes. Why? Because you're not the body. And as a matter of fact, you're not even the mind that is telling you that you don't have pussy, right? Now, yeah, your brain might be telling it to you 24/7, right? You might be feeling like shit right here in the pit of your stomach. But when I say you are not the mind, you are not the body, what that means is that you could literally look at the character, the human being that you've been walking as for all these 30 plus years, your whole life. And even if that bastard fucking did a crime worthy of 30 plus years in prison, you actually have the fucking right to say, no, that wasn't me. Because I'm telling you right now, the person that you see in the mirror every single day, the one that you say, oh, I wish I could get a girlfriend, oh my gosh, I'm still a fucking virgin, you know, man, I'll be lucky if I get fucking fat ass Sally who never brushes her teeth, right? The same person that you see in the mirror every single day when you are getting ready in the morning. Hopefully you have a fucking hygiene routine, motherfucker. But that same person that you see in the mirror every single day, that is just a character, okay? But you believed that you were a character your whole life. You believed with conviction. If someone was to tell you, no, you're actually a walrus, you would have been like, get the fuck out of here, motherfucker, right? You would have been like, you're insane. I'm not a walrus. I'm a human being. But if I'm telling you that you're not the human being that you see in the mirror, the one who doesn't get pussy, well, guess what? If you can believe that with conviction for 30 plus years, your whole entire life, or 20 plus, I don't know how old you are, motherfucker, but if you can believe that, you bastard, then you can also believe that you are a different character. But this character you don't perceive with your eyes like the one you're seeing in the mirror. You perceive right up here with your other set of eyes, the only set of eyes that matters. Because I'm going to let you in on another secret. This fucking gets deeper. This whole circumstance that you are constantly aware of, that you don't get pussy, is something that you manifested from right up here. How, Neo? How are you saying it's my fault, Neil Larthos? That's fucking exactly what I'm saying. It is your damn fault. Okay? But it's okay. Because if it is you who caused the circumstances that you see right now, it can also be you who causes the circumstances where the women are practically throwing their panties at you. And it's to the point where you have so much girls trying to get your attention that you are starting to get fucking pissed because you're running out of energy. You don't have time for yourself anymore. You don't have time to fucking play video games anymore, or, you know, whatever the hell you gentlemen do nowadays. You don't have any time on for your purpose, right? You can get to that point just like the same way you brought yourself to this point. But how is it that you got yourself to this point? I guarantee you one day, maybe when you were a youngster in school, or maybe you had a girlfriend in the past, right? Things didn't work out. Maybe even the fact that things didn't work out was also something that you manifested when you were in that first relationship. But all it takes is one fucking thought for you to say, I'm ugly. For you to say, oh, man, all the girls fucking leave me. You know, I'm lucky. I hope they don't cheat on me. Whenever you say things like, I hope this doesn't happen, your subconscious reads that as, okay, it just fucking happened. And even though it didn't happen right here in the 3D, if you keep replaying that like a broken record in your mind, I hope she doesn't cheat on me. I hope she doesn't cheat on me. I hope she doesn't cheat on me. Your subconscious doesn't speak English. It just speaks vibration. And when you say that, matter of fact, let me fucking use a different word than vibration, because that's some Aaron Dowdy bullshit. But when you say, I hope she doesn't cheat on me, right? Your subconscious speaks spirit. And when you say, I hope she doesn't cheat on me, that is the spirit of one. Literally like a spirit, like a soul, like a ghost. It is the spirit of one who gets cheated on. So again, it doesn't necessarily hear the words, oh, well, if you're saying, I hope that she doesn't cheat on me, well, I hope that doesn't happen to you, kind sir. You know what? I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure she doesn't cheat on you. No, your subconscious doesn't fucking play that shit. Your subconscious is a little bit retarded. It's on some Helen Keller bullshit, okay? It's a little bit blind. It only feels, okay? It's almost like, you know, you have to let them touch the braille of your energy. And when you say, I hope she doesn't cheat on me, guess what? You're going to manifest a situation where you will get cheated on, whether it's physically, you catch her with your best friend when you are, entering the room with the popcorn, or she's just texting other guys and then you have to dump her, or she ends up leaving you because she starts making these excuses like, oh, I need space, and little did she know she just wanted fucking far away space from you so she can get closer to him, right? That is literally all it takes, is for you to hope that something bad doesn't happen, or to look in the mirror and say, I'm not worthy enough, I'm ugly, I got a pimple, no girl's gonna like me, I'm too short, okay? Motherfucker, I didn't even know that the whole that girls only like tall guys thing existed until a few years ago. Okay, and as a matter of fact, I've had reasonable success with women throughout my life, even when I was in school, right? Even when I was in high school. But it wasn't until a few years ago that I started hearing and recognizing that apparently this height thing was something that was a huge insecurity for men. I never was insecure about my height. And then all of a sudden, once I saw that and became aware of that, I started noticing for the first time everywhere women talking about that they like tall guys. I've never came across one woman who mentioned that she liked a tall guy until I fucking noticed that was a thing on social media, right? And that's the same way that it is for when you put something in your awareness, right? Sometimes it's not your fault, but that's why you have to be careful what you listen to, music-wise, all that, right? But now that we know how to manifest negative shit, how to manifest your girlfriend cheating on you, right? Or if you guys are still a virgin, or you've never had a girlfriend, you never even fucking kissed one, not even as a dare on the fucking playground, what is fucking wrong with you guys? Okay, I had my first kiss, okay, in kindergarten, all right, when we were playing with the fake, pot and pan, where we were playing house, okay? I practically had her over right there, and we were just doing Netflix and chill, or what was it back then? Fucking PBS and chill, okay? And I was just like, mwah, you know what I mean? And I remember she was like some Eskimo Asian chick, and I even still remember the fucking color of her like big ass sweater that she had. I mean, dude, that shit was traumatic, but in the good way, right? But either ways, whatever case it is, whether you're a virgin or whether you are just trying to get back in the game and you're going through a drought and you need to get some pussy, whatever, right? Or if you just want to have a relationship, the same way that you manifested this bullshit, like I just told you, right up here, is the same way that you got to go up here and do it in reverse, okay? Now I'm going to let you in on a little disclaimer, a little warning, okay? Get the fuck out of this mindset before I give you the techniques, okay? I'm just gonna tell you right here, right now. Get out of the fucking mindset that you are gonna get results, or that you have to get results, excuse me. That you have to get results right a fucking way. That's nonsense, okay? Because I'm gonna let you in on another fucking secret, okay? This is some Victoria's Secret bullshit right here. Ready? Are you ready? Everything is instant the moment that you go right up here and decide. When you decide that you have your SP, when you decide that you have your specific person, when you decide that no, you are the motherfucker who always gets pussy, okay? When you decide that you are the sexiest motherfucker in the room. Even if after you say that in your head that I am the sexiest motherfucker in the room, and your girls are looking at you like, what the fuck? You gotta persist, because that little what the fuck is a fucking reflection of all the bullshit you were telling yourself a few weeks ago, a few months ago, a few years ago. So it still has catching up to do, because gosh darn it, you had all these Amazon fucking orders before your most recent order of I'm the sexiest man in the world that still have to come, because those come first. First come, first serve, motherfucker. And it's the same way with manifestations, okay? So don't expect fast results in the 3D. That is key when any of you guys are first manifesting, is you have to not be so affected by what you see out here in the 3D, okay? Because, I mean, son of a bitch, you will see fucking sharks about to eat you. You will see scary monsters look like they're about to destroy you, right? And of course, this is metaphorically speaking, or maybe not, okay? But you will have to face the big boss one day. And that big boss is the reflection of what you don't want to see. Your SP rejecting you, your ex saying, I just want you to, you know, friend zoning you, whatever, right? Or you having one of your friends say, oh my gosh, you're still a fucking virgin, and then you go home feeling worse, right? Whatever it is, you will face that most likely, but not because it's not working, but most likely because it is a reflection of past assumptions. So that is the key. And I'm going to tell you something about that. What is interesting when you're manifesting, and I'm trying to hurry up because I know a lot of you motherfuckers have TikTok brains, so, you know, we're running fucking on empty here. But when you pass that test, where you see the 3D and you've been affirming and you've been imagining, and yet you still see that things look to practically be getting worse. I've heard so many people say that after they look at the 3D circumstances and they see that they're not affected, that's usually when their big breakthrough comes. And then they get that text from their ex. Then they finally meet a girl that they bump into at the bookstore when they were looking at, you know, out the window and saying, oh, woe is me. And then boom, they fucking bump into her and she drops her books. You didn't even notice her because her hair's, you know, covering her face, and she pulls it back, and next thing you know, she's the most gorgeous woman you ever laid eyes on. And you're like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bump into you like that. And she's like, no, it's okay. What's your name? And then you guys are fucking each other's brains out 2 weeks later. And then boom, you pop the cherry, right? Well, you also got to fucking pop your virgin ass cherry of manifestation. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to leave this video with some techniques that you can use, okay? So if you have a specific person, you can do this technique too. But a lot of you guys just want to fucking get out of this drought where you want to get laid, okay? So look, The easiest way for something like this, especially if you don't have a specific person, you could, and this works even for a specific person as well, but you want to make an imaginal act where you are hearing your friend, a very trustworthy friend or a family member, whatever, but I don't think you would be talking to your mom about this. So a very trustworthy friend is telling you, and you guys are at your normal spot. Maybe it's at the fucking skate park. Well, actually, I don't know if you're at the skate park. Maybe that's the whole reason why. But you guys are at the fucking bar that you guys always drink at, or the club that you always go to, or maybe you guys are fucking chess players. I don't know. And you are checkmating. Whatever the case is, go to an environment that is so second nature that when you just imagine it in your brain, it's practically you're there, right? You can feel the atmosphere, the ambience. You can even hear the people talking in the background. We all have that place, right? So have the conversation take place in that environment and hear your friend telling you something like this: bro, you finally got laid? That's my man. And then he gives you a fucking dap, or a fucking a whoopsie do, or whatever, right? A high five, whatever you kids do nowadays, right? Or you can imagine the act. But again, if you guys are starting out, you might want to go for something more easier, because whether you are imagining a scene with you being intimate with your specific person, or with someone in general, you actually getting it in and pounding the pussy, you could do that too. But then you're going to start thinking, oh, but it's not an IMAX. Oh, her pussy, I don't know why I keep seeing it hairy. She always shaves. Look, do you want my help or not? Go for the easy one and just hear your friend telling you, oh my gosh, you got laid, okay? Rules. Make sure it's 5 seconds or less, because most of you motherfuckers probably already clicked off this fucking video. 5 seconds or less, okay? Your retention span cannot hold it for any longer. Scientifically proven, okay? The shorter, the better. Also, another rule: you need to make sure that it's in first person, okay? Yes, you can manifest when you have imaginal acts in third person, but you put the risk of you witnessing what you just saw in your imaginal act, but your SP doing it with somebody else. Because when your subconscious sees that in your imaginal act you are seeing yourself doing something with the person that you want to have sex with the specific person that you have a crush on, it knows that you cannot be from a third person angle, so therefore it will have to manifest the most natural thing, which would be you seeing your SP, yeah, but from that third person angle with somebody else. So why not make it fucking easier on you and avoid the fucking risk, and just give it to yourself in first person, okay? Because another thing too is, when you do these imaginal acts, I don't just want you to do it as a means to an end, a way to get something. I want you to actually understand that when you go into your imaginal act and you're pounding the fuck out of that pussy, and she's like, oh my gosh, give me more. Let me tell you one thing, right? And most of the times they don't even fucking do that. I mean, unless you're, well, look, I don't want to get demonetized, but anyways, maybe I do. But the point is, okay, you need to realize that whatever you imagine in your 4D, it already happened, okay? If you're fucking the living brains out of the hot girl at the gym, and you come out of that imaginal act, you're no longer a fucking virgin, bitch. You just fucking did it right there, okay? Matter of fact, I'm not necessarily telling you to tell all your friends, oh my gosh, I just banged Sarah, but you would have the fucking right to do so. Yes, I fucking said it. Because just same way that when we tell ourselves we're ugly, and therefore everybody reflects it back to us, even if we don't have proof that we're ugly, even if it's just because of a zit and there's no actual evidence in the 3D for us to truly say that we're ugly, right? Maybe no one has ever told us that before, but we were the first ones to say it. Well, now we start hearing everybody say it, right? Because it's true, but not because it was true before, but because you made it true. And that's the same way with these imaginal acts, okay? You go to your imagination, whether it's you talking to your friend about what happened, or you being intimate with the person in the imaginal act. Just make sure it's 5 seconds. Make sure it's in first person perspective. And, you know, to be honest, most kisses lead to sex either ways, right? Especially if it's with somebody who is really, really attracted to you. If you want one that is very easy, go in your imagination. Imagine that you're kissing your SP. Or if you don't know who it is, even better, just imagine you're kissing a hot chick. The easy part about this is that unless you're a fucking plucker fish or a weirdo, a deer in the headlights, you're not gonna be fucking kissing like this. Mwah, mwah, mwah. No, okay? You usually have your fucking eyes closed, okay? So the easy imaginal act of kissing, the reason why it's easy, I'm sorry, I need fucking rest, guys, okay? I need to fucking chug this right now, okay? What am I doing? That's for tomorrow morning, fellas. The easy part about an imaginal act of a kiss is that your eyes are going to be closed, so you don't have to see shit. You don't have to worry about the color of her boogers. You don't have to worry about, you know, what she was wearing, okay? Because either ways, you're going to take that shit off either ways, okay? All you got to do is focus on the sense of touch. Just feel her lips. Feel your elbow rubbing against the seat in your car, whatever. Maybe you can hear the music playing on your car stereo. But if your eyes are closed, you won't have to focus about the visual details, okay? So that's another way to do it, okay? And when you do your imaginal act, okay? And again, this is... there's so many different examples, all right? But I don't want to make this into a fucking Avengers Infinity War here, okay? You want to also work on self-concept, okay? And because this video is already headed towards 50 hours, I'm just going to get right to it. Whenever you notice in the 3D, oh my gosh, I'm such a loser, I can never get girls. I tried to say hello to this one chick and she just she just fucking ignored me, treated me like I didn't exist. Or maybe it's just that you're the person that you have a crush on, you know, doesn't look at you or still hasn't texted you back, whatever. That is the moment that you are aware of anything like that. You have to counteract it with the self-pedestalization, okay? What is self-pedestalization? It is basically affirmations, but on fucking steroids. Think of a narcissist, what he would say about himself. Do you think, because let's face it, most gods are narcissists. If a god saw that someone was belittling him and saying, you know, oh, I hate your thunder strikes. Your thunder strikes look like, oh, Thor's thunder strikes are way better. No, the self-concept of a god is, no, my fucking thunder strikes are so much fucking better than all the gods combined, okay? You have to have that type of mindset, but with your SP. When you see that your SP is not looking at you, you say, whatever. She cannot stop fucking going to the bathroom to masturbate thinking of me. She sees me as her fucking addiction. I am more addicting to her than cocaine, methamphetamine, and TikTok combined. She has a life-size poster of me in her fucking room that she prays and bows down to every single night. Her pussy cries whenever it can't have my dick. You have to go fucking crazy. Don't just say, I'm love, I'm perfection, I'm blah, 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 blah. No, you go fucking ham. You say she is fucking wet and ready the moment she lays eyes on you, even if she's not fucking, even if she's never made eye contact with you, period. Okay? I tried this one time on a girl who I worked with years ago, who never would fucking talk to me, never treated me like even if I existed. But all I know is that I used to date her friend, and it seemed like if there was some sort of awkwardness between me and her. Next thing you know, whenever I'm working with her on shift, and I'll end it with this, I would tell myself, and I would break the fourth wall, even while she's over there minding her own business, not even looking at me. I look to the side, just like Malcolm in the Middle, and I'm just like, yeah, bro, she cannot stop fucking going to the bathroom to masturbate to me. She carries 5 pairs of panties every single day because she has to keep changing them for the accidents that she does whenever she thinks about me. I just said that for like maybe 2 or 3 days, and in the weeks that followed, she started blocking me and unblocking me on social media, even though we don't follow each other. Then she would make these random fucking excuses to make conversations, even when I was in the middle of a conversation. Like, who the fuck is talking to you, bitch? And it all ended with us making out in the fucking storage room, okay? So look, if I can go from 0 to 100 just like that, just by saying crazy fucking affirmations like that, and at times doing imaginal acts, but if I had to choose, if you have a self-concept that is through the roof, that, my friends, is even more powerful than getting a fucking IMAX 3D Blu-ray visual of you fucking your SP, okay? Because the thing is when you have a self-concept through the roof, you will start visualizing things automatically because it's who you are. You will start fucking, you know, it's like when you get a raise in your job and you start getting, you know, making a lot more money. You don't have to try to visualize the things you can buy. You already start thinking about, you know, what you're going to buy on your first paycheck, what you're going to buy when you get that big bonus, right? You see yourself driving in that new sports car. You see yourself with that nice fancy watch. You didn't tell yourself, oh, fuck, I got to see, you know, how many links there are. Oh, man, I did that wrong. Let me try this again. This time I'm going to make it blue. No, it just fucking comes to you, right? So, yeah, you can force an imaginal act, but the easiest way is to make your self-concept so fucking big. You tell yourself that your SPs are flowers in your garden, but you are the fucking sun. Tell them that they are fucking satellites in your solar system, but you are fucking gravity, okay? I guarantee you that if you persist in that self-concept, and when you miss your SP or your ex, or you are fucking horny, just go right here and give you the sex in your fucking brain right there. Don't go on porn. This is your porn, all right? All right, if you guys have any questions, let me know what you guys think. I could make like 500 more of these videos. If you didn't like the format, I can make it another way. Let me know, okay? I'm here to help. Until then, folks, I am Neil Lartos. This is all that the I'm Awareness had to say. And I know you're going to be okay.